Here we are again. Last night, I was up very, very late, and I did a video, and it was how to stockpile. And when I was doing this video, I could barely think straight, and I go, oh my gosh, you are getting bad. And so I went through the list of things it could be. Malnutrition. I was on the low carb diet, so I'm ditching the diet. Virus, unlikely, I was nowhere in my own house. Bacteria, unlikely, I was in my own house. Toxins, most of those would be environmental. I wasn't drinking any tap water. Overexertion past the biochemical limits, strong possibility. Sedentary lifestyle, no, I was overexerting myself. So out of these 6 items, I could identify the diet as something that I normally didn't do, and overexertion past the biochemical limits. When I was young, I would regularly exert myself, and you're young, you bounce right back. So I have this theory that everything is learned, everything, because a long time ago, I got sober off of alcohol, and basically what you do is if you go to Alcoholics Anonymous, you're kind of unlearning alcoholism a little bit at a time. Somehow you've established these learning patterns, and they're hard to undo. So at that time, my theory is you can pretty much unlearn everything negative, like sickness, like everything. You just have to go in the opposite direction you came from. And I was a nursing student for years and years and years, and I did more free patient care than anyone I knew, especially in geriatrics, because they would get all kinds of free labor off of us. And so the old people would be in the nursing home, and this is what first thing in the morning: coffee, sugar, and drugs, no food. No eating, don't want to eat, no juice, nothing like that. And they had like every problem in the world. So you go up here, malnutrition, yes. Virus and bacteria, probably toxins. Overexertion, no. Sedentary lifestyle, yes. Coffee, sugar, and drugs. So I'm ditching the low carb diet. It doesn't agree with me. And I'm going back to I'm going back to my meat and cheese sandwich for lunch. That has never failed me, so that's what I'm going back to. I'm adding 3 glasses of milk, 3 8-ounce glasses of milk, to make sure, my little brain is nourished. I have heard of severe cases of psychosis righting themselves with 1/2 glass milk, kind of indicating there is a nutritional element. Cutting the sugar. I have the good vitamin C that my son insists that I take. He tells me what to do, I do it. I will take 2 prenatal vitamins per day to fortify myself, and the 2 hours exercising. So what I was doing is I was doing a lot of heavy housework, and but I wasn't doing the walking. And I watch these videos of these extremely old ladies that were healthy, but what they would do is they would spend tons of time like doing yoga. They would like spend most of the day doing some form of exercising. So after watching these, they were like in their 90s. It's obvious as you get older, you've got to exercise if you want to survive. I don't really care for it. And then for dinner, I have always been healthy on meat, vegetable, and like potatoes, rice, or sweet potatoes. So I'll just go back to that. What is this? So that's why I'm ditching the low carb diet. Again, I have tried it so many times, and every time I go, okay, Well, what it is, you can't stand it more than 3 days. Well, if it's not good for you 3 days, it's not good for you one day. So, the so I have a theory, even to some extent, old age is learned. You're learning this old age. It's a learning pathway just like everything else, so you have to go back the other direction. And as you, like, last night when I was like a space cadet, I want to make sure that doesn't happen again. So what I want to do is everything that I had done that led up to that, I want to undo that, starting with the nutritional aspect, because I have heard it postulated that Alzheimer's and heart disease is nothing but malnutrition, and it can't hurt to pay attention to your nutrition. Good food doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be expensive. And like, I know the low carbs and the carnivore diets make you lose weight because you're in a state of ketosis, which is starvation. So evidently, the overexertion past the biochemical limits and the ketosis are not good for me. So, and I am extremely careful when it comes to virus, bacteria, and toxins. No drugs if I can avoid it. Cutting the sugar and cutting the caffeine is healthy. So, today I've got to exercise 2 hours a day. I mean, that's just something that has to be done. And I was watching this woman last night on YouTube, and what she did is she went to a thrift store and she bought herself like a whole new wardrobe of plus-size clothes. And so I sell those on eBay, but out here you can't find plus-size clothes. So when I do my, I do my thrift store shopping, I am going to be trying to find thrift store plus-size clothes to sell at the swap meet or on eBay. And I thought, well, you might as well buy yourself a bunch of new clothes as well, when they're half price. I have a lot of clothes, but I don't wear them when I go to the thrift store because, they're dirty. When I get home from the thrift stores, what I really prefer to buy is watches and jewelry, but those have been totally removed from thrift stores out here too. Once in a while you can find one that's overpriced. Sometimes I buy them if it's something I think my son and I might want to keep. But I can find stuff at the swap meet, but the swap meet involves traipsing around in the sun, and the sun is not my friend. So, okay, fortunately for my low carb diet, I stocked up on a lot of meat and I stocked up on a lot of cheese. So, and I'm at Walmart here, so I'll do a little shopping for my food. I need a few things. I like the Walmart bread, for 84 cents. That's good for my sandwiches. I think this is just a good excuse to go back to my tea parties. Oh no, I was spacey. I have to go back to my tea parties. Okay, that's why I'm ditching the low carb diet.